With Canada's Thanksgiving right around the corner this coming weekend, what better time could there possibly be to take a look at a Transformers bird? Okay, it's not really a Transformers bird. This is a KO of the Transformers Beast Wars Airazor. And we're going to take a look at her and see how she stacks up, or if she stacks up, in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor. Have a look for me everywhere, spend some time on the channel. There's a lot to explore. Why not watch Season 1 of Universal Collision? I'm working on Season 2 now and a few other projects. I even have a few countdowns coming up. I'm not sure when I'll get to them. But anyway, in episode 318, I took a look at this guy. This is a KO of Lio Jr. from Beast Wars 2, and honestly, I was shocked at how good he was. I really did dig him. These KOs are made by a company called Montoy, and there are 8 of them in the entire series. And I said I wasn't interested in all 8 of them, and no more I'm not. But I was interested in a couple, including this one. This is their knockoff of Airazor. Now, just as a quick recap for anybody who hasn't seen that one, we had, as I said, 8 in there. And they included a downsized version of, hold on, let me grab him here. A downsized version of this guy. It is the, I'll back this up a bit. This is the Beast Wars Megatron, of course, and like I said, a downsized version of him to about a deluxe size, painted in red. That would be reminiscent of the character known as T-Rex. Now I'm going to reposition this here and get it back in on her, and we will continue. Besides for T-Rex, there was a version of Longrack, the giraffe. There was a version of Mac Kick, who turns to a horse, except I think the arm that's his horse head is actually all one piece, rather than being able to split. Of course, there's Lio Jr., there's Airazor here, there's, I think it's pronounced Gilladart, I'm not really sure. It's the only Predacon in that line. There's the Maximal Striker, who is based on Saberback. Striker's a Maximal, Saberback is a Predacon. And the last one is K9, the Maximal K9. So I was interested in having, you know, Lio Convoy Jr., I guess. I was interested in having the one Predacon in the line. We'll look at that next time. And I was interested in her. I scored the Lio Jr. quite high. Quite high. Is this one as good? Maybe not quite. But let's get into it and see how she fares. So, for paint apps, they're all right. I mean, we have this like red on the head of the bird. That's weird. Inside the wings, we have a lot of hollow plastic. However, the wings are totally remolded. Instead of kind of going in a straight line as the official does, we actually have feathers at the end. The plastic here is pretty thin, so you might want to be careful with it. I don't necessarily feel like it's going to break, but I wouldn't handle her roughly because it certainly could. Her feet were on backwards out of package. I was actually able to pop them off and turn them around. So now her robot toes are out front. Before it was her animal feet out front. Now her robot toes are out front, really just as it should be. The head sculpt is completely different. It's not the Airazor head sculpt. It's painted pretty decently though, even with the eyes picked out. And I don't know if I can show this, but let's see if I can. I don't know if you can see that detail, but there is a little bit of it there. And it's pretty nice. Now, I was motivated to get her because I don't have much in terms of a Beast Wars collection. And there's only select characters I would want. A friend of mine, Wayne, you know who you are, he was out thrifting and actually found a proper version of Airazor. Now, she didn't have her weapon. And by that, I assume he means this little piece that I have pinned on under her arm. It is just, it looks like a chicken foot to me, but it's supposed to be a blaster. There are two little pegs down here, and under both arms, we have, see if I can just bend her elbow to show it. We have two little slots here. Now, it should be able to go under her arm. It should be able to go in her hand. However, because this is a KO and the molding is, you know, not necessarily the best, it won't fit in her hand. The peg is too big for the hole. You would really have to grind it a bit bigger. And I don't know if you want to do that with the quality of the plastic used here. Still, the colors are certainly reminiscent of what they should be. In fact, you have a couple of things added, like the tips on the wings here are, they pop a little bit more. And I think the silver on her legs is new. So overall, I would like to give her paint apps. Somewhere around, for what it is, somewhere around about an 8, but I can't because I know that the plastic is thinner. It's based on a mold that is smaller, more slight mold, and as such, she is more delicate. I wouldn't say flimsy, she's not. I don't think anything's really going to break on her, but, you know, don't take me at face value there if you pick her up yourself. Now, that being said, she only costs $4. Nice little stand-in for somebody who's not a huge fan of her, like myself. How big is she? Well, here she is next to my custom Titans Return Blur. So she's about deluxe size, roughly. Bring him in here a bit if I can. Maybe move her over a little bit. You know, she's about deluxe size, a little bit smaller there, but like I said, she's a slighter mold. So, well, the paint apps I think are probably about an 8. Because of the quality of product, of, you know, not products, the quality of materials used, it drops it to about a 6. About a 6. The Lio Jr. does feel more sturdy. Let's get into the articulation, if we may. So the head, it is on a ball joint that goes left and right. It looks right down in her chest, up a little bit. The head is completely hollow out, however. The wings, they can go all the way back. You can angle them all the way up if you're so inclined. Of course, they can angle down. There's a lot of postability in the wings. They can angle out. The actual Airazor has a piece that folds up that I think is supposed to be, you know, like a weapon of some sort on her wings. This mold, this version, does not have that. It neglects having that, which is probably a bit of a shame, but at the same time, kind of understandable because, again, look at what we're working with. The arms, they can go well out to the side. If you got the wing out of the way, they can, you know, rotate all the way around. We have an elbow to a little over 90 degrees. Because it's on a ball joint, that's where our swivel comes in. This shoulder piece can move. That's really for transformation, but it does move if you're so inclined to have it move. Putting these arms out to the side. The legs, you can get a, full splits. The leg can go forward. The leg can go back. The knee bends to at least 90 degrees. Because it's on a ball joint, we have a swivel, and the feet tilt a little bit, but I would not push that too much, I don't think. It's just no waste, unfortunately. That blaster thing that looks like a chicken foot, like I said, it can go up under her arm, which is where I had it. If you don't want it on either arm, you can always lift the tail feather back here, and there are 2 slots down here, and you can peg it in there and put the tail feather down like that and just leave it there. In fact, that's where it belongs for transformation. So, granted, there isn't a waist joint. I don't think the official has a waist joint either. I'm going to give the articulations pretty decent. And with the rather large feet, she can kind of steady herself pretty well in a lot of poses. I'm going to give her articulation for a KO for what it is. I'm going to give that about an 8. So right now, this thing is getting about a 7. Not too bad of a score if you ask me. But that's not the whole story, because we still have a transformation to get into. And honestly, at the end of the day, when she is in her bird mode, I think I like the look of the KO better than the official. So let's get into the transformation right now. It is not a hard transformation at all. So you turn the head around and you bring the bird head up over. By the way, the official one has a lower jaw that can open. The KO, if I can do it, the KO also has a lower jaw that can open. So I think that's pretty cool. Next, now that we have the head up, we kind of take the whole pelvis and bring it up on a hinge that's in right here. So the pelvis kind of comes up into where the stomach was. We turn the leg at the knee. So now the back of the legs are facing out, as are the feet of the bird before I fixed the feet. This was her robot mode toes sticking out. We're not going to do anything with that yet. Now we come to the arms. And we bring down the little shoulder piece, and the arm bends at the elbow in behind. Now there are 2 little pegs back here that the hands are supposed to peg over. I don't know if they fit. I have not actually pegged the hands on because friction keeps this hand in place anyway. Which is kind of impressive for a KO when you stop and think about it. This arm here comes down, and again we bend it at the elbow in behind, so that you end up with both hands in behind the body like this. Now you can angle back the legs all the way and bend them at the knee. And at the knee, like that. The wings do peg in. It is tight pegging them in. I'm actually probably, there, I got that one in and that one in. And we're almost done. The only other thing left to do is to extend the wing and extend the other wing. And at the end of the day, boom, there you go. A respectable version of Airazor in her Peregrine Falcon mode. If you know the official, you know that it is not like the wings, the feathers on the wings, nor the tail feathers. Here we go. The feathers on the wings nor the tail feathers are as angular as this. They're just, or as jagged as this. They're just sort of straight across. So I really do. That one kind of came out. I really do sort of dig this look for the bird. Decent sized wingspan as well. The transformation is easy. Naturally, because this is a KO and the plastic isn't that great, you want to be careful. but I don't think you're going to run into any actual problems. I'm going to give the transformation a solid 8 overall for a knockoff of Airazor. I think this thing is a good 7.5. It's pretty decent. Just know that, you know, you get what you pay for. This was only $4, so take care with her if you want to have her in your display as a representation of a rather classic character. I don't know if I would ever want to kind of, you know, put down the cheddar to get an official Airazor. Maybe if I find the right deal. But until that day comes, and if that day comes, I'm cool with having my stand-in be a little $4 KO. Let me know what you think of her. And, you know, let me know what you think of the official version, which I think is probably a bit smaller than this. Somebody can kind of fill me in on that, because I'm really not 100% sure. I'm guessing that the official is maybe a basic level toy, probably about modern day legend size or scout class, something like that. But like I said, I'm not entirely sure. I think that this is a little bit upscaled to be a deluxe. As always, I thank you for dropping by, giving me a few minutes of your very valuable time. I love to hear from you, and I very much look forward to the next time that you and I get together for another visit right here inside the videos.